we can like make it home. Like, do you want to like just have the baby like here or whatever? And she was like, no, I just want to go home. I'm not in pain. I'm like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, it's a 2.5 hour ride. Let's just do it. I'm like, okay. So my mom she tells me to come back and get her. I turn around. So we had it out or whatever. And because she was being like, she was making me like get even more anxiety. So we decided that she would stay again. So she stayed. She got out and she stayed with her sister. So now we're driving. Now we're tired because we've been up like the whole time we were in Jersey. We were up, so we get tired. We had to park at a truck stop. We parked at not a truck stop, but one of those stops where you can like get food and everything. So we stopped there. We parked the van and we go to sleep. Now we're knocked out. I wake up. We were asleep for like probably like 2 hours. Seriously, we were like so tired. So I wake up to like text messages from my aunt. And I'm like, what the heck? She's going off on me. So then she calls me. So I answer the phone and she's like yelling, whatever, going off on me. Now, come to find out that my mom had told her narrative or whatever on the situation. And I wasn't able to give my aunt my own narrative. And so she was just off of what my mom said. She was just going off on me. I'm like, whatever. So basically, they didn't believe that she was going like into labor, but there was so much I didn't understand. I'm guessing my mom didn't see the blood; it was dark or whatever. I don't know. I'm just like trying to, make excuses for it now because I just don't understand why she did that. I still don't understand to this day, but I'm thinking she didn't believe me. So now we get to the house. So we had a doctor's appointment that day. We go to the doctor's appointment. Her blood is like her blood pressure is through the roof. So they were like, okay, now you got to come back. Like, it was bad. So they said, come back tomorrow. And if it's the same way, like, you got to go into labor. Like, we're going to send you to the hospital and you got to get those babies out. So, all right. Now we go the next day. Next day, her pressure is still up. Y'all got to go. So thank God, though, that we had already had everything packed. Like, we've had our hospital bags packed maybe 2-3 weeks before that, because you never know. So got it packed or whatever already. So we just left. We just went to the hospital. Then we stayed there. They were monitoring her to see if they'd be able to like make the baby stay in a little while longer, but they were like, no, it was way too high, and they're safer out than in. So the next morning at 11, we had the babies. That was January 7th. She was in so much pain. I just remember her being in pain. I'm nervous. She was in pain. Everything was like bothering her. She had to have the COVID test. She had the COVID test. She was just like in pain over that. She felt like they were being too rough. She I'm sorry. So I remember laying in the bed with her because she was in so much pain, and I was just like rubbing her stomach and talking to her. I'm like, you're fine or whatever. And then I just remember I'm just trying to make so many jokes, trying to make her laugh, because that's what I do. I'm like, I'm laughing and stuff. We were on the same bed. They had to actually bring another bed in because she was so big, because she had twins, so she was so big, and they were like, we'll just get you another bed. They wheeled in the bed, the other hospital bed. We stuck them together, but I still laid in the bed with her because she wanted me to rub her. So the next morning, they wheeled her in to get her prepped for the C-section. I was outside of the door. I had like my whole hazmat suit. I'm in the hallway outside waiting for me to be able to go in. I'm on FaceTime with my cousin and her girlfriend, and I'm like doing TikToks and everything. So they did it, so they prepped her so quick. And then I went in, and when I went in, she was like open and stuff, but there was like a blue curtain, so I couldn't see. But I'm trying to look my hardest to see how it's cut, because I'm like, I like that kind of stuff. I like to see surgery and everything like that. So she was laying there, and they told me I couldn't record, but I could take pictures. So I'm just snapping pictures, and I'm just telling her, I'm just talking to her, I'm holding her head, and I'm kissing her and everything. And then baby A came out. That was Breland. They pulled him out. He had the cord wrapped around him. They hurried up and took it off. And then a minute later, here's Braylon, because Breland came first, then Braylon. Baby B came out, and I just start crying so bad. Like, my baby's actually here. Like, you know what I mean? I thought I wouldn't, but I really did. So yeah, we were in the NICU for they were in the NICU for, I believe, 8 days, and we stayed in the hospital, but we couldn't go. It was COVID, so I mean, we couldn't do anything. I couldn't leave the room without an escort. We couldn't even go to see the babies without an escort. So that was like really tough. I mean, when I went to go get snacks or whatever, I was so bored in there. I done put the bed all the way up to the ceiling. Like, you know how you can just put the bed all the way up? I put the bed up all the way to the ceiling. I done put her up all the way to the ceiling too. She's like, babe, what are you doing? She went to sleep, and I just remember just watching her, because we couldn't have the babies in the room with us. So I just remember just watching her sleep, and I was just like, ooh. I remember watching her sleep, and I'm just like, yo, she just really made me a mom. Right? So I'm just looking at her like, thank you. And I just keep kissing her on her forehead, and I just, like, I'm sorry for crying. This sucks, and I kind of knew I was gonna do this, but because if you don't know, she just passed away in in February of this year. So I'm still trying to heal, but it's every day I think about her, and every day I'm crying. Every day. It's rough. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Sorry for crying, and like I said, I'll be back with another video, and the next video will be me. I don't even know if I can even. All right. See you guys later.